在中文里面呢，或者这个华人的社会啊，就是说呢，我们做事呢，要能够高品质，做人要能够低姿态啊。这个低姿态其实是要破除自我意识形态，才能够有办法低姿态的。
So a lot of the teachings or habits within the Chinese community is that they educate people to live a high quality of living. And nonetheless, as a human being or as a person, is being educated to be a humble person. And this humbleness relates to letting go or being detached from this egocentrism.
你们认为这样对吗？
So isn't this very true for all?
OK， 现在呢，在生活上我们怎么样在运用？就是下面无眼耳鼻舌身意，无色声香味触法。
So now we move on to the statement of no eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, or mind. No form, sound, smell, taste, touch, or conception.
我们每天生活上会欢喜、快乐、伤心、难过，就是因为我们有感官神经系统对视、接触外面的种种环境引起的。
And on a daily basis, we would encounter moments of happiness, joy, misery, etc. This is all because of our sensory organs and our ability to react to external stimuli.
前面五蕴呢，是着重在心理方面来认识我们每一个人的自己。
So previously, as mentioned, the 5 skandhas helped us to understand our own self better, or the nature of self better.
这从心理方面的。
And it's more of a spiritual understanding.
因为它有受想行识有4个，色身才1个。
Because if you look at the 5 aggregates, form, feeling, perception, volition, and consciousness, 4 out of these 5 are related to the spiritual aspect of things.
Form only one.
Only one is form.
Spiritual 4.
4 of them is spiritual.
Yeah. 现在6根对6尘是着重在生理上来认识我们自己的。
And now, with the body, in terms of the sensory organs, we are trying to understand this concept from a physical form.
眼、耳、鼻、舌、身，就是视觉神经、听觉神经、嗅觉神经、味觉神经、触觉神经，是偏重在生理的部分来认识我们自己的。
So the sensory organs, including eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, which enable us to feel, smell, taste, as well as touch. These are all physical elements or components that enable us to understand ourselves better.
心意只有一种，所以呢，生理的部分有5种，心意的只有一种，是偏重在生理来认识我们自己。
So, based on eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind, the mind is just one component. There are more of the physical aspects that help us to understand ourselves.
那因为这生理的眼、耳、鼻、舌、身，就是总挂在5蕴的色这一部分，所以这样子大家分析就了解，它不是实在体。
So, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and body, they are all part of form. And if you look at it from that perspective, and knowing that form has no substantial existence, then you will be able to understand better.
无色声香味触法，这个前面都是外面的物质界的。
And no form, sound, smell, taste, touch, these are all external factors.
这个法呢，法就是我们的记忆体。
And conception is relating to our memory.
和我们的受想行这三种。
And it's also related to our perception, volition, and consciousness.
我们这个六种呢，是生理跟心理啊，都是外面的物理的环境啊，才会引生分别认识。
And because of both the physical and spiritual components and capabilities, we have the ability to interact and react to the external stimuli.
我们的神经系统，假如说呢，脊椎某一节神经系统坏了，下半身呢就没有知觉了。
So if we look at our nervous system, if there's any damage to our vertebrae, then it will impact your body.
所以我们会产生这个分别认识，就是要透过生理对物理，才会引发心理的认识分别。
So if you look at perception, it has to do with the interaction between our spiritual mind as well as our physical abilities. And because of the interaction between the physical and the spiritual form, we're able to develop an interaction or reaction to the external environment.
这个色没有实体，刚才讲很多了。这个色没有实体。
So we have mentioned a lot and many times that form has no substantial existence.
声音呢？声音，这声音也没有实体。
And sound also does not have a substantial existence.
手掌离开桌面，声音也同时消失了。
So the moment the hand leaves the surface of the table, the sound also disappears.
所以佛经里头有说，它像闪电，像打雷。
So therefore, in Buddhism, is referred to as lightning or as thunder.
一块牛排啊，刚煮起来可能香香的，放在外面过几天可能臭臭的，所以呢，香气也没有绝对的。
So a piece of steak, perhaps right immediately after it's being cooked, it smells pretty good. But if you let it out for a few days, it starts to rot. So once again, taste and smell has no substantial existence.
这个身体接触，有时候接触呢，好像感觉到很好，但是久了觉得很烦。
So a lot of times when we have a feeling towards any situation, sometimes you feel you're okay at the beginning, but later on, as you deal with it multiple times, you get fed up and you feel frustrated.
所以我们这六种，我们生理跟心理接触六种这个外面的这些物质界的，才会产生六种认识分别。
And because of this six essential ability to smell, taste, touch, or perceive the external environment, we have essentially developed six various forms of differentiation or discrimination with the external environment.
两个生理跟物理这两个接触碰在一起的时候，产生心理。
So once again, it's the interaction between the physical and emotional forms that develop the spiritual state of mind.
生理、物理、心理三种合起来的时候，那个是佛法的触 触是心理上开始感受的阶段。
So when the three comes together, that is when we refer to as touch or sensation.
我们一般可能说触，摸到平平的、凉凉，可能这样就是触。
Sometimes you may think that when we talk about touch, you touch your surface and you feel, oh, this is a smooth surface.
你酷我们。
Or cool.
我们呢，在三合一的时候，那种心理状态是一个触就是这个三种合在一起的心理状态，不是手碰到什么的那个叫触。佛法里面这个触是三合一的心理感受。
So this touch really refers to the state when the three components of physical, emotional, as well as the spiritual state of mind come together. And that's when we refer to the term as touch or sensation in Buddhism.
眼睛看到觉前拿一杯茶来的感受，跟我拿起来喝的感受是不一样的。
So, like just now, when I see or are able to see that Rinpoche is delivering a cup of water, is different from the moment that I would take a sip of this glass of water.
所以听到的感受跟看到的感受不一样。
So the feeling as I hear, as I touch, as I taste is different.
所以有6种感受。
So there are 6 different forms of feelings.
从这样分开，就有6种思考。
So because as such, when we analyze these 6 feelings, it also gives rise to 6 conception.
从这样子6种思考呢，就会产生6种不同的 desire love。
And with these 6 various types of conception, it will also create 6 different forms of desires.
有这样的发展种种的行为出来。
And from there on, it will also generate various forms of actions or behaviors.
这些行为累积成为记忆体。
And all of these behaviors accumulate within our memory.
思想正确，行为就会正确，对人有利益。
So if you have a righteous understanding, then you will generate a righteous action. You will benefit others.
刚才我说，我们的肉体是前辈子的行为跟思想欲望来的，就是这样会带动现在今生会带动我们到 next life。
So as mentioned previously, the formation of our body in this present time, it relates back to the causes and conditions as well as habits and behaviors in our past lives. So it is this concept or cycle that carries on from one life to the next.
从 enlightenment 或者 realize 这个身心的虚假的，就没有这些眼耳鼻舌身意色声香味触法的假象存在。
So from the perspective or the point of view of enlightenment, then really there is no form, feeling, perception, volition, or consciousness. Neither is there eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, or mind. So there are no assistance of those false form or concepts.
因为生理的有生理的界，心理有心理的界，物理有物理的界限。这个范围 realm 这个就范围classified 分类。
So it is therefore you can see there is the classification of the various existence or false views of the body and mind.
所以从生理的我们6根心理的6识，物理的6大或者6界，地水火风空识这6界，这样子有18界，各分类。
So there is, in Buddhist terminology, there is the term called the 18 statutes. So it refers to the physical as well as the spiritual concept of existence.